Hello, world. Today is Friday, August 7th, 2026, 7 days into the new month. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, coming to you from the East Coast of the United States, Lexington, Kentucky. It is approximately, 7:17 a.m. here on a Friday. So let's see what the weather forecast is for today in this area. Currently it is 72 degrees. Temperature will go up to 88. The past few days we've been experiencing a little bit of a heat index. Showers possible in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 80s and lows in the low 70s. Updated hurricane season outlook for CSU. Expect tomorrow to be next no precipitation day. Grass pollen decreasing tomorrow. Expect the same temperature as yesterday, 0-degree change. Conditions outside for activities. Running is fair, cycling is fair, and gardening is good. The AQI currently is good at 40. Pollen, tree none, grass moderate, ragweed none. The UV index is low right now, and it feels muggy with a light breeze at 4 miles per hour. Sunrise today was at 6:46 a.m. and sunset will be at 8:40 p.m. So those are the weather conditions currently here in Lexington, Kentucky. And moving into the items that caught my interest in the news feed over the past several days. If you didn't catch it, last night was the first NFL game of the new season. North Carolina versus the Atlanta Falcons. And I watched the entire game down to the last minute, down to the last seconds. And North Carolina came away with the win with the quarterback over the field goal line touchdown in the final seconds of the game for them to win 33-27, North Carolina. It's a down to the wire win. Going over to the WNBA, Kelsey Plum nails a go-ahead 3 for Phoenix in her debut. This is coming off of WNBA trades. Next one that caught my interest. India concluded the Commonwealth Games 2026 in Glasgow with a remarkable tally of 39 medals. 13 gold, 17 silver, and 9 bronze. Going back to the WNBA, has named Asia Wilson of the Aces and Kelsey Mitchell, of the Fever as the Western and Eastern Conference Players of the Month, respectively, for July. Wilson, 28.3 points per game with 10.6 rebounds per game and 1.9 blocks per game. Mitchell, 27.2 points per game, 2.8 assists per game, and 1.2 steals per game. Now that we're into August, you kind of unofficially figure that summer runs at least until Labor Day. That's when the swimming pools and everything else like that closes and start getting into what is referred to as the fall of the year, although the fall of the year, I think maybe September 20th. So we still have, roughly a month of summer weather. There's an expression that kept popping up into my mind, and I didn't have it correctly. I was saying the dog days of August, but actually, the dog days of summer is the complete phrase, and it has to do with how warm and muggy the weather is. So I thought I would kind of share a little background on that expression with you today, Friday, August 7th, 2026. It says the portion of the dog days that falls in August runs from August 1 through August 11th. This time it's part of a larger 40-day traditional period tracked by the Old Farmer's Almanac that begins on July 3rd. Origin and meaning. The dog star. The name comes from Sirius, known as the dog star. Ancient beliefs, old cultures thought Sirius added heat to the sun. Real cause, peak heat is actually caused by summer sun and thermal lag. So that was just something that I thought I would pass on. A few additional comments. Again, July 3rd to August 11th every year, the 20 days before and 20 days after Sirius rises with the sun. And that's due to thermal lag. Next one on my list was Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, turns his sights to North America as he sells Africa to the Canadian Prime Minister. So what's being offered in this particular instance is Africa's richest man, business leader Aliko Dangote, has told the BBC about his plans to build a new oil refinery in Kenya, which he says will have a massive impact and help African countries become energy self-sufficient. The one that I'm referring to under saved items coming up on Google Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, because he's all over the place, folks, so don't worry about it. CEO of Dangote Industries Limited recently held a high-level meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney on the potential of creating a partnership between Africa and Canada. Several bullet points. Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man, which I've already said. The meeting aimed at promoting strategic alliances to drive sustainable development, increase industrialization, and create new investment opportunities across Africa. Dangote emphasized the importance of Africans taking the lead in financing and developing their continent, arguing that local investment is crucial to attracting global capital. With growing interest from countries like the UAE, China, the US, India, and now Canada, Africa's vast resources and population are making it an increasingly attractive destination for foreign investment. Next one. Nike previews unseen silhouette at the Mamba International Invitational. One more time, folks. Nike previews unseen Kobe silhouette at the Mamba Invitational. So this is going to take place in Los Angeles. See if I can get the particulars up here. And let me see if we have a date. Okay. So as it stands now, The display centered on soul obsession. So it runs the Kobe shoe line from Kobe 1 to Kobe 11 alongside the Kobe AD. And what it is kind of hard to appreciate it, but it's like a placard, and the bottom of the soles, bottom of the shoe is displayed 1 to 11, just like little commas, but those are different outsoles from the various styles that have come across. So that's the Mamba Invitational event in Los Angeles this year. Rare total solar eclipse arrives August 12th. And you stargazers and those people who like to keep track of what's happening in space and other things like that, total solar eclipse arrives August 12th. And here's one that kind of struck me as being different. This story came across the news feed, and I don't really like doing a lot of crime and things like that unless it's like lawyers and trials that affect the everybody because of their significance across the board. But this is one of those things. I think the last time I did something like this, it was a man and a woman got into something, and the woman pulled a gun and shot him several times, including shooting him in the head, and he lived. This is another one of those kind of stories. 31-year-old woman accused of hiding 15-year-old boyfriend from police after he shot her in the face. So what caught my attention, not only the title, but it says Face to Face Africa. So I was like, my first thing is like, where did this happen at? Because you have this little thing in various communities about what goes on in the street, who shot who got shot, what happened. It's just like a grapevine of information that's just been there forever. But anyway, this happened in Baton Rouge Police Department, July 29. So allegedly drove her boyfriend across state lines in an attempt to evade capture after the shooting. Now, she has an arrest warrant filed by the Baton Rouge Police Department and for aiding and abetting. Thomas was ultimately hospitalized. Baton Rouge Police Department said the 15-year-old drew 2 guns during the argument, adding they used one of the weapons to shoot Thomas in the jaw. Thomas was ultimately hospitalized and incubated because of the injuries that she sustained. Though Thomas's condition later became stable, police had yet to apprehend her teen boyfriend. Thomas was also questioned by police, which claimed she had not contacted her, and she did not know his whereabouts. Witnesses, however, claimed that they spotted Thomas and the teen together after she was discharged from the hospital. The witnesses said they spotted the pair riding in a car being driven by Thomas. A Mississippi Highway Patrol trooper ultimately found Thomas and the teen after pulling the car over on December 31. Authorities then arrested the teen on outstanding charges of attempted second-degree murder, illegal use of a weapon, armed robbery, and 2 counts of juvenile in the possession of a firearm. Mississippi authorities also brought additional charges against him. Authorities alleged that Thomas deliberately hid information from police as she did not disclose her boyfriend's location. She is also accused of not informing police that she drove him to Mississippi. Thomas has since been declared wanted for accessory after the fact. So, you never can tell, about people sometimes. So that's how that went. And back to things inside this country related to our food consumption. FDA recalls deli meals sold at Kroger. At first I thought it said deli meats, but it's actually deli meals sold at Kroger, Publix, Wegmans, and more for potential metal contamination. So that's something that people should be aware of. And this is dated August 3rd. So it says, Ukrop's Homestyle Foods LLC is recalling 6 of its Heat and Eat deli meals sold at various retailers. U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety and Inspection Services announced the recalled products were prepared in baking pans that may have imparted aluminum metal fragments into the food. The 6 meals were sold under the Ukrop's UKROPS brand name at various retailers in Kentucky, North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. All recall products have Best Buy dates ranging from July 6, 2026 to August 5th, 2026. So baked spaghetti, 64 ounces, 14.8 ounces, 11.6 ounces, chicken cobbler, 48-ounce chicken cobbler, 13.8, bread pudding with vanilla sauce, 4-pound bread pudding with vanilla sauce. Excuse me. Says if you find these in your fridge or that you have purchased them, you should not consume them. Instead, throw them away or return them to the place of purchase for a full refund. Also, over the past several weeks, it's been just about a week, over 2,200 flights delayed, 546 canceled, and widespread U.S. travel disruptions. So this came across the news feed. New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport reporting 165 delays and 124 cancellations in case you won't happen to whatever trips you had planned over the past week or so. And this is an update on that situation. So Boston Logan International Airport, Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport, Charlotte Douglas International Airport, Newark Liberty International Airport, Washington Dulles International Airport, LaGuardia Airport, Teterboro Airport, and Philadelphia International Airport are the ones that have been affected. So if your flight happens to be canceled, rebook as soon as possible. Just a reminder, the airline tickets are not refundable. At least the last time I checked, you just have to reschedule the flight. So, there were no top stories. I double-checked the news feed today. So I guess you can kind of count your blessings, as they say, in that regard. Also, I thought this would be as good a time as any to remind us to, since we do have these hot days concluding and rounding off the summer, that we kind of take it easy as best as possible. You never know when one of these life-changing events may occur. And just as a side point, I saw on one of the social media platforms, and excuse me, a woman posted a short reel about her experience in reporting to work and finding out that she was scheduled for a 15-minute conference call, which led to her losing her six-figure job. And she said, at first I kind of, went up and down with the news, but then it just seemed like a calm set in. Because with six-figure income, she had been looking at exploring the possibilities of getting into real estate and doing a couple of other things. And this change was allowing her to look at these things a little differently. So it's definitely earth-shattering if your income gets snatched out from under you and you got bills and, maintain a roof over your head and feed yourself and various other things. But she said, instead of just focusing on the devastating aspects of it, she started trying to readjust her thinking to the opportunities that would be open to her due to this change. So I thought that was commendable, because half of what we do in our own mind leads to the decisions that we make. And instead of, as they say, when one door closes, another door opens. So I thought I'd leave you with that thought today, all of you in the viewing audience. As again, no top stories. Friday, August 7th, 2026. This is The Sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. That's it. Hashtag